Hola, muy buenas chavales, estamos un día más aquí, vamos a continuar con el Final Fantasy. Vale, ahí tenéis activado también lo del Pokémon ya.
The engine plating is basically just a very efficient conductor. Create a thermal gradient across it and the heat
Como
radiates
veis,
outward.
estamos donde nos dejamos el otro día.
Tidying up that workshop.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Tenemos que ir a hablar con el herrero.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. I'd spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
PT8. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin in here, will you?
Right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valkyrie. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. We can get this over with.
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's good enough.
You go. Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
¿Quién quieres ir? Venga.
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Valkyrie. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Valkyrie, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I like to see him dry.
In your own time. Clive. So, will it be? That it?
Vale, no hay ninguna arma nueva. habilidades tampoco podemos poner ninguna más. Vale, vamos a ir un momento aquí a entregar la misión. Saludito a todos los que estáis entrando.
Good day to you, Sid.
A todo esto los juegos se escuchan, ¿no?
The crystals we get from the tail. What can I interest you in today?
Ah, las armas que tiene este son más débiles.
You're always
Me
welcome
interesa.
here in Lostwing.
Ah,
Go on.
they're a whisper rustler, it may be. Given
Hola, Vin, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal todo?
Of course.
excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will. Right. Let's see what the
Creo que ya hemos hecho la misión, ¿no? Tenemos algo más aquí.
people of the village have to say. I better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take
¿Con
more
quién?
seriously.
Ah, aquí está. Desvelado por las fiestas, jeje. ¿Y tú cómo estás? Bueno, aquí cansado, pero aguantando. ¿Y eso que desvelado por las fiestas que estáis? ¿De fiestas allí?
I've heard the story from, but it's going all around the village. Shadowy figures lurking in the woods that disappear as soon as you spot them. Oh, it's enough to send a shiver down your spine just thinking about it.
Es hacia donde tengo que ir, ¿eh?
Yardan say the floods are closer than they've ever been. Let the ether turn me from teat to toe then. I won't be running.
Pero aquí no hay nada. Tampoco. ¿Por dónde quieren que vayamos? Cerca. ¿Cerca de dónde? Ahora tenemos que subir por aquí. Hola, Kira. Y el 15 y el 16 es la independencia de México. Ah, es verdad. Creo que me lo dijisteis el otro día.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of
Sí, ¿qué tal lo habéis
suspicious
pasado
figures
en
in
las
the woods.
fiestas?
Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something.
Where was...
In Lawbert's was out, ran back in.
I see. Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate?
Tenemos algo por aquí. Ah, me he bajado al mismo sitio. Tómate la nariz.
The crystals we get from the tailor.
Ah. Vale, tengo que ir hacia este lado.
Hey! Are you even listening?
Esto lo único que no me mola. Lo que son el tema de indicarte les cuesta mucho. Bien, prácticamente no he dormido. Hostias. No, hay que pegarte un caponcete, que no hayas dormido nada. ¿Tendremos pelea aquí delante o qué tendremos?
You there.
Con 52% de gato zombie.
Get them before they escape. Black Shields. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Ah, que vienen más. Ah, que tengo uno aquí que les está curando. Vamos a quitarnos a este de en medio ya. ¿Qué tenéis pensado para hoy?
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lost Wing? I need to warn Quentin.
Forma aquí. Me mata mucho, eso de que me van a ir para adelante y para atrás. Ok, ¿tenéis ganas de que llegue octubre? Para que le estemos dando así a jueguecitos de miedo. Espero ir estando bien. Ir yendo bien, ¿qué digo? Estar yendo bien. Sí. Yo también. A ver si terminamos pronto con esto y ya nos liamos con eso. Hay muchas cositas nuevas y muchas otras cosas nuevas que me faltan por poner aún. Ah, que está aquí abajo.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields.
Hoy estaré de relax en Genshin. Y de aquí yo creo ver mis novelas anime jeje. ¿Qué novelas vas a ver? Va a verte el capítulo de One Piece de hoy.
One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time, and bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once.
No jodas, ¿otra vez se me ha ido
So
esto?
sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With
En
money and
octubre
power,
es la independencia de España, ¿no?
so I saw that I would need an army of my own.
Pues no sabría decirte bien, la verdad.
I came here to Lostwing.
No sé si a lo mejor Kira sabría responderte.
Like-minded individuals.
¿Independencia de España? ¿De quién nos independizamos
Everyone
nosotros?
here knows this is why
¿De
you do
Roma?
what you do.
Of
No lo sé.
¿De los moros?
They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts.
Bien.
Seen faultless friends.
Creo que no, que no, nosotros aquí no tenemos nada de eso.
All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same.
No nada, ¿eh?
We are
O sea,
comrades.
intento
And our
encontrar
revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and
lógica.
well trained his guard. What we did not
O sea,
know
otra
until
cosa
now,
que sea en
however, was that
octubre
his
y que
plans
tenga algo
may
que
already
ver
be in
similar,
motion
pero...
too.
Quentin,
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first. My friends and comrades, it begins.
Vale, el día de la hispanidad, dice.
Ah, puede ser, no lo sé.
Ya.
Es que para el tema de las fechas y fiestas lo llevo bastante nulo. O mal. ¿Quieres que lo diga así?
Y todos los santos, claro, el 31. O sea, aquí Halloween es todos los santos.
Tenemos que ir aquí, mierda.
Pero claro, el día 12 es el día de la hispanidad. Bueno, a ver. La realidad es que aquí no se celebra eso. Esa es la realidad. O sea, sí se celebra, es festivo y todo esto, pero... Bueno, festivo. Sí. Sí, festivo es.
Vale, tenemos que ir aquí. Y aquí, vamos a ir primero aquí al puente, ¿vale? Si ya nos quitamos una misión de en medio.
Bueno, claro, sí, hay desfiles y hay lo de los aviones y todo esto de esto, ¿sabes? Claro, eso sí. Pero como en plan, por ejemplo, en mi ciudad no hace nada. La ciudad de Chusta seguro que tampoco hace nada. En Madrid seguramente sí.
That's not to
Pero
say
en
I
el resto de
don't
las
believe it,
ciudades
though. Creatures made of flame, eh?
es más molón a lo mejor el día de la Constitución. O sea, más hacia considerado así más grande es el día de la Constitución, yo creo, y aún así.
It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Día de la Hispanidad, así, perdón, si lo escribí mal. En lo personal me encantan las fechas e historias en general. Ah, oh, mira.
Sí, pues Día de la Hispanidad.
Pueden ser unos buenos estudios que te saques a través de eso. Hacerte profesor de historia.
A mí me molaba mucho la historia también, la construía. Pero no tengo cabeza para acordarme de todo.
You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Nada, nada, nada. No, yo no he dicho me haya reído de ti.
Por lo menos yo no me olvido de las fechas de cumpleaños.
I didn't have much luck either.
En fin.
All the cook said was that he needs his
A mí se me olvidan todas.
to be light.
Ya.
Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
No se enojaron, ¿verdad? Perdón, mi cabeza piensa que lo dijo algo más. No, no, Bing, que va a decir nada malo.
No. Solo que era eso, que yo me quedé en plan de quién nos hemos independizado. Si no... Si es que no nos independizamos de nada.
Si estás pensando que has dicho mal, quítatelo de la cabeza, que no, que no.
A ver, sí que es verdad que en redes sociales es un día muy tal, porque en redes sociales machacan mucho con lo de la hispanidad y tal, y el rollo de... Pero vamos, que a mí me da igual, yo, no es mi opinión. Además, yo no tuve nada que ver, así que...
Uy, no ha funcionado el comando. No ha saltado el sorteo.
Así que a mí me da lo mismo.
Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Ah, qué tonto de mí, claro, que va a soltar el sorteo, si no he puesto el programa.
Tonto de él.
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my
Ahora
test.
sí ya está abierto.
But
Son tantos programitas para tener todas las cosas así ordenats. Que al final siempre se me olvida alguna. Y en serio, Vin, que no llores ni te pongas triste ni nada, que no... Aquí las cosas están para eso, para comentarlas, hablarlas. Si alguien se equivoca, pues se equivoca, no pasa nada.
No, qué va.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Good girl.
Ahí si te crees que nosotros no nos equivocamos.
No, y aparte de eso, que podría ser, lo que pasa es que no me sonaba, pero a ver, si nos hubiésemos independizado de alguien, pues estaría bien. Pues el independencia, guay, guay. Quiero decir, no sería ningún problema.
¿Qué tengo que matar esto de aquí?
No pasa nada. Lo que pasa es que ya te digo, hombre, no sé si hay algún tipo de festividad por el rollo de lo de la expulsión. La expulsión de los árabes de la península, no sé si existe algún tipo de festividad por eso. Vosotros sí que hacéis cosas, ¿no? Hacéis lo de los muertos cristianos y todo eso.
¿A quién le dices gira?
¿El 12 de octubre se celebra eso?
¿El qué?
Pues, joder, lo busqué, lo del 12 de octubre. El día de la Hispanidad. No es el día de la expulsión de los árabes de España. No.
No sabemos si quién se está volviendo loca o con quién está hablando.
Estoy hablando en casa, preguntando. No. El descubrimiento.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to.
Recordad, chicos, coger el cofre de Stream Loots. Que dentro de poquito vienen jueguecitos de miedo y van a venir muy bien esas cartas.
I asked over in Dalamill and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about.
Además, aprovechar mientras las pongamos gratis.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
¿A dónde tengo que ir? Voy a poner un marcador. Porque últimamente me oriento muy mal.
So this is Stardust.
Polvo estelar. La tengo que coger por aquí unos polvillos. Vale, es que aún sigo con ese problema del sobrepensamiento. Gracias por decirme. Nada, tranquilo. Bien, de verdad. Siéntete en familia. Además, ya me conoces bastante, Vin. Yo si dices algo que no debes o no veo apropiado, te voy a decir claramente. Oye, Vin, que esto no... Así no. Pero no es el caso, ¿vale?
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
Está muriendo calor, En vez de bajar la temperatura a la tarde, sube. ¿Qué pasa aquí?
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
¿Cuánto has recogido? Espero que es suficiente. 5. No sé.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we...
No, no quiero charlar. Quiero pelear.
Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
No fue hoy a molestarte. No fue a molestarte. Nio, no fue a molestarte. Ah. Parecía raro. Estaba muy tranquila, se acaba de ir.
Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
Tengo muchas ganas de jugar al Phasmo. La última vez que lo jugué fue hace un año aprox. Hostia, pues ha cambiado todo. Todo. Todo lo que tenías te lo han quitado, se empieza desde cero.
Sí, yo me pierdo un poco. Un tantito desorganizada.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Han puesto que los objetos vayan evolucionando de nivel, sean mejores.
Bueno, los tienes que subir tú.
A mí me gusta lo que han hecho, la verdad.
¿Sí? Pues no jugamos nada. Siempre estás jugando al Raspame.
Pues no jugamos nada porque tú tampoco ofreces nada.
Yo no tengo nada que ofrecerte, ¿oíste? Si quieres jugar, jugamos. Si no, si estás jugando al Warframe, yo no voy a ir a decirte, ah, pues no, pues yo ahora quiero jugar esto.
Vale, tengo que unirme ahora aquí.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Ay. Vaya. Cascazo me he llevado. Creía que podía saltar por ahí. Vale, entonces tengo que entrar y salir por la puerta de la derecha. Pero no me bajes del animal, che.
Faster.
Bueno, estamos recogiendo materiales por lo visto para poder crear un barco. Vaya, obligan a bajar de la mascota.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill.
Unique. Are there any material?
What are you getting at?
You said that he would have...
If it's... Folk first settle and...
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
Limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides...
You'll have...
Then I suppose...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
Consigue la caliza ahora. Oh. ¿Y dónde tenemos la caliza? Me jode mucho equivocarme de botón. Voy a desplazarme a este obelisco que llegaré antes.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Ah, no nos ha dado nada. Vaya caca. Nada, nada, ya he matado a una de vosotras, no me habéis dado nada. No pierdo tiempo.
Be safe.
Ah. Ah. Pues nada, peleita.
My blade yet hungers, so rise. Come, let us feast on your flesh.
Your feasting days are over.
¿Qué me ha dado? Bueno, este quita, Este quita y bastante. También tiene más niveles que yo.
Nice try.
Esta va a ser una pelea intensa, Error que cometa, error que me va a poner gravemente herido. No, no. No me jodas, pero si se ha empezado a traer la batalla. Hola Johnny, ¿qué tenemos por aquí? Pues sufriendo un poquito. Una pelea bastante dura, la verdad. ¿Y tú qué tal? Perdido, que llevas todo el día desaparecido. Venga, ya la hostia que me acaba de meter.
Help me, boy. Help me, boy. Help me, boy. To me, boy. Snap you like a good boy.
Wow.
Help me, boy. I needed that. Too slow.
No. Pues esto. No puedo leer ahora mismo. Pues perdido, dominguero, no le quites nada. No le quitas nada, no le quito casi nada.
Eso es Lucas respirando, no lo juguéis. Respira más.
¡Buah! ¡Vamos!
¡Qué agresividad, por favor!
Those who kill for sport deserve no better.
Es que era duro, ¿eh? Por aquí no podemos ir. Me pone cerca, pero... Bueno. No sé si puedo ver el mapa. Que nos hemos pasado. Es aquí detrás. Tiene que ser aquí.
Straight home now.
Sí, es completamente igual que el Black Desert. Bueno. Más o menos.
Excuse me.
¿Y tú qué te acabas de levantar?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? Certainly not a baker. Master must have ruled the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the mother crystal.
I hated her. But
no es el mismo paisaje idéntico. Bueno, esto tiene muchos paisajes.
And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn.
Pero no tiene la misma calidad que un Final Fantasy.
She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Que le aconsejas al aprendiz de pasajero. Expresa tus sentimientos. Nunca olvides el tal madre. Céntrate en el trabajo. ¡Oh! Pégate un tiro y solucionarás todo. ¿La opción no está? No, no está.
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work. If you missed the fang, maybe you could recapture it somehow.
Recapture it? I'm a baker, not a... You know, you might just be right. What a fool I've been! I have to get back to the bakery right away. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. You've opened my eyes.
Es panadero. Vaya.
Wait.
Bueno, las personas están un poco mejor hechas, pero ¿qué te voy a decir yo? Que solo te gustan los juegos malos. Puedes decirlo, no pasa nada.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
¿Para dónde tengo que ir? Tengo que ir aquí. Las 3 posiciones, ¿vale? Mira, vamos a hacer un TP. No, pero aquí se pueden hacer TPs y todo, mira.
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be trans.
Ah, though I worry you,
Master.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful crystals. Salt crystals!
Tiene buena pinta ese pan, ¿eh? Y esas tortas y eso todo que tienen ahí. Me está entrando hasta hambre. En el desert también, pero necesitas un fragmento del mapa.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something. Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks.
Oh, where did all those
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Me falta poder correr un poco. A mi gusto.
No, I'm telling you, it's gone.
Ahora aquí tenemos más materiales de los que necesitamos. Joder.
Ay, Lucas. Coño. No me acabas de las uñas, corazón.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Seven needs.
Lo que estamos recogiendo es para poder crear un barco, ¿vale? Los materiales que necesitamos para el motor.
Tú quieres, corazón. Ahí.
Now, Dusan, I know you're...
Yo ya no veo la pantalla, ¿vale? Que lo sepas.
Master Lubor says Drake's fang has fallen. I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone...
Vaya.
That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think?
Toma, ya tengo 17. Ojo.
It's sharp.
Pasa por todas, Johnny.
But it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy. Heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava. Know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
Tócate los huevos, te echo el favor que tú has pedido.
That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
Vale, ¿hacia dónde tenemos que ir ahora? Reúne los materiales. Vale, supongo que los materiales van poco a poco. Tenemos que ir primero a entregar los que tenemos y tendremos que ir a coger otros más.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
¿Qué, vas a hacer algo hoy, Johnny?
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. It beats sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
No hoy nada, hoy domingueo. ¿Ah?
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Claro, como ayer estuviste hasta las tantas con la novia. Hoy tienes que descansar.
What do you need? What do you want? And?
He cracked the crystal too. You're joking.
Seguro que tengo que ir por aquí. A ver el mapa. Tengo que ir por la izquierda. Tengo que ir por la izquierda. Por aquí por la izquierda no hay camino. Era por aquí va.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo, and do you know what it did? Only went and bloody bit me.
Vamos a por aquí encima.
Mid hasn't been.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Why would
Cojones.
they do that?
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
Vaya.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is...
Me hacen ir a la vereda.
probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
A ver dónde tenemos que ir ahora.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
A ver, el mapa. Mapa, joder. Espero que tenga 20.000 botones para todo. Tenemos que venirnos aquí. Y para ir para allí hay que venirse por aquí.
If you're ready, we leave at once.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
A ver qué hay por aquí.
Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Joder. Vale, ya lo hemos matado.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Mi trabajo únicamente era matar el bicho. Esto es lo que se van a llevar, pues si esto dice que no se puede trabajar este material, pues alguien la ha tenido que trabajar. Hacerlo así.
Your work is done, Sid. We'll take care of the rest. Let me...
Ahora creo que tenemos que volver a la guarida. No quiero otra vez hablar con ella.
I went up to give some greens to the troll.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Ahora me obliga a ir a hablar con otra persona. Aquí tenemos para reclamar algo.
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours. I gave you that one, didn't I? Here you are. All done?
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
A ver qué nos cuenta este.
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics
en busca de más ingredientes.
put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive. So, Clive, who...
¿Con quién quieres ir? Oh, veremos con Jill. No sé quién es de las dos.
So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken
white.
I will.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia.
¿A dónde tenemos que ir?
Now, where's Jill?
And what can I do for you? Come back again.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have
Are those pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I'm just. Why don't?
You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bushel.
Vamos a ver si está más cerca.
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine.
No sé qué tengo que comprar.
I hope it's to your liking. I trust it's all here. Keep fighting the good fight.
Y compro todo lo que venda, en total. Tengo de dinero que no me gasto en nada.
How the hell is anyone's...
Oi, don't touch anything. If that's what you want. Go on, take it. A greedy
That's
one,
everything.
aren't you?
Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
I did.
Hemos comprado lo que hace falta.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
Oh. Aquí de rollo.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh!
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
Los dos tienen rollito, ya verás.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we best be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Tengo que ir ahora. De vuelta. Así conseguimos ir por lo menos acabar el barco.
Thanks to Sid, the man who hurt your mother.
Tengo que ir a hablar con el tío este de aquí, ¿vale? Casi pego la vuelta entera otra vez para nada.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
La mirada más pícara.
Our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Vamos, subimos de nivel.
Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
Vamos a ir a contárselo a mí. Creo que es más corto por este lado.
Seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
No surprises there.
Creo que hay que subir por aquí.
Think Mid might need some help.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found some...
In a manner of, he's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant. I knew...
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then. Better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Podría tener un poco más de gesticulación en la cara.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
I'm proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
La conozco.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Astrid, Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
No.
She said that, in those words.
She did, yes.
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Era cubierta.
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Hola, Canis, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
You in a hurry at all, are ya?
Está completamente puesta mal la cámara, perdón.
But she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off.
En un momento se ha caído.
Like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it.
Oye, ese tremendo cumbión que suena. Tremendo cumbión. Ah, la canción, dices. Bien, re bonito. Y tú, jaja, te veo muy recostado. Sí, estaba aquí medio tirado en la silla.
What tidings, Uncle?
Y jugando al Final Fantasy. Nada, me pillas así ya un pelín cansaete.
Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Dejo el hasta que se me ha ido la hora. Vale, guapetona.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks.
Bueno, que vaya chachihuachi. Muchas gracias, guapetona.
You're right.
Mua.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the
Y tú, Johnny, que andas por ahí de incógnito.
Not after he asked
Medio tirado, medio dejado de caer.
Gav will be leaving with me.
Estoy medio sobao ya aquí, ¿eh? Parece que no, pero...
Just be sure.
Oh, but she's got...
Voy a ver si termina la misión. Incógnito, sí, estoy logueado siempre. No, sí, de incógnito lo digo porque estás ahí calladito, sin hablar.
Well, Sid.
Han salido un montón de Pokémon ni los has intentado capturar, por eso digo, estás ahí de incógnito.
But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance.
Estoy medio tirado en la silla, XD. Domingueando, ya tú sabes. Con la novia, ¿no? Entonces. Medio tirado estaba yo aquí, que estaba ya casi a punto de quedarme de lado.
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies.
Ush. ¿Esto qué es? ¿La tumba de Pete? ¿Qué novia? Ah, no sé.
It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these.
Qué aguda, si está todo destruido.
So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we'd do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Vaya.
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
A ver hacia dónde vamos, porque se divide el camino en tres. Imagino que tenemos que llegar aquí. O aquí. Está el puerto, según veo ahí. Rumbo a tierras cristalinas.
How are you feeling?
Better.
Vale, por detrás no hay nada. Hay que entrar solo para adelante.
And Toggle helped too.
Podemos ir en chocobo.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Vale, esto de aquí. No pone que se puede abrir la puerta.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Think that we'd be lucky to make it out alive.
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up it.
I take it.
Oh, what about
this fearsome-looking fellow. You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing carts.
How does a merchant...
Oh, we each...
Vamos a coger la misión, aunque no la vamos a hacer ahora mismo.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
Bueno, vaya hostia me ha metido. Bueno, segunda hostia me ha metido. Vamos, nos hemos fregado.
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be...
And how would...
It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
Ah, pues mira, misión cumplida sin ir a por ella. Ni tan mal.
You've had your rewards and you're not getting any more. Now piss off.
I see the Dalnecs lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold at least. The path continues on the other side.
¿Esto no era donde teníamos antiguamente la guarida?
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance in Paris. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Mientras tanto...
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambrec.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen.
Yeah.
Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greegar, made flesh.
Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Sí que este tío tiene a Bahamut.
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
¿Hacia dónde tenemos que ir?
Good girl. Run like the wind.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Not much further to Boklab now.
Time to fight. More refugees.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
Vamos a soltar por ahí encima.
Back to the stables, girl.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
A ver, llevamos 2 horitas. Son las 8. Y 20 para ser exacto. Vamos a ir dejándolo por aquí. Lo voy a guardar.